Australia's become a dumping ground for ultra-cheap imported dairy products as a result of Donald Trump's tariff wars. Supermarkets are increasingly bringing in cheaper and lower quality products from the United States in a move that's hurting our dairy industry here and making life harder for our farmers to stay on the land. Now, all farmers work hard. I come from the land myself, but I tell you, I don't think anyone works harder than people who work in the dairy industry. Pre-dawn starts, they milk twice a day. Pressure, obviously, they've got a perishable product they have to get to market. And the fact that the cows need to be milked 365 days of the year. My sister and brother-in-law are in dairy, so, you know, my heart goes out to this industry. Joining me to explain the assault on the industry, what's happening on the ground, co-founder of Gippsland, Jersey, Sallie Jones. I think, you know, when I talk about net zero, it sounds so far away, but I look at what's happening to farmers. They are now the next front line in these targets. But you say, Peter, we're getting hit earlier and faster and harder on issues like tariffs. What's going on with the industry? What's happening with the flood of these cheap imported products, Sal?
Well, we've seen the backlash this week with Woolworths and the USA butter that's come in. And
this is the butter that looks like it might be an Aussie butter because it's in a sort of green and gold wrapping, isn't it?
Correct.
And it's not.
It's not. It's very unpleasant. And big apologies to anyone in Australia that has purchased the butter because they've wasted their money.
Because it says, if you look very carefully, US product, I think, but packed in Australia, but it looks like an Australian product.
Correct, yes.
So and it's not yellow like your butter.
Definitely not.
It looks like margarine. It's white, isn't it?
It's whiter than the milk. Yeah, it's very, very different. And the taste is unpalatable, to be honest. But yeah, in Australia we have one in four dairy products is now imported. So that is retail products and food service. So,
and do you think customers are understanding of this, or are they just going as a whisk through the supermarket? They're looking at the price point, they're just grabbing what they can, and maybe they get home and they're disappointed that it's foreign. Do you think that's realistic? Do you think they want to buy Australian but can't afford it, or do you think they're not reading the labels?
There is definitely the consumer out there that wants to support local, wants to support Australian. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of trickery that goes on in marketing campaigns and you know, things look like they're meant to be Australian, like this butter in Woolworths right now. Mm-hmm. But I think the consumer is getting a little bit smarter, and it is harder to read the food labels, especially on things like ice cream. Butter and cheese, you can see it because it's clearly marked. But yeah, I think we need to see what sort of things are happening in terms of food labelling in Australia.
Why doesn't the government have a campaign to support the dairy industry and help Australians understand the level of imported product? Because if dairy goes out of business, and so many states now don't have much of a dairy industry, it's gravitated very much down to Victoria and South Australia. If we lose our dairy, yes, we might get stuff from America, but we'll be getting it from China in the end.
We will be. So to put it into perspective, Peter, we are losing 4 Olympic swimming pools a day of milk in Australia. That's how much in decline we are, which is frightening. Mm. I don't know what the answer is, but yeah, we definitely need to pay farmers a fair price, a good price, and not be a race to the bottom with milk. Like, why is it cheap? Mm. We pay more for a bottle of Coke than we do a bottle of milk.
I see people's trolleys full of imported water. If we can import sparkling water from Italy and people want to buy that, why can't they put some money into milk?
Exactly. I don't know how to tell people.
No, well, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. I mean, as I said to you, I support the dairy industry and I support farmers wherever I can. So if this is a problem, and I saw that it's been an issue this week in the media, I think people need to understand, and we encourage them to look a little bit closely at the labels, hey?
Absolutely.
Good on, as I said, I bought your product. I buy her product. I love her product. And I buy my brother-in-law's product too, don't you worry. I swap it between the two, but I want to support farmers. Thank you, Sallie.
Thank you so much.